by the way, I'm just going to put a disclaimer right now. It's very well possible that I'm about to walk into a massive Settle the Wreckage, especially because he's good gaming me and he didn't concede. People aren't that benevolent. They're just not. Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm just going to attack with just the amount necessary. You know what? Whatever. I can't resist. I have to do it. Oh, he has it. He has to Settle the Wreckage. Motherfucker. How's it going, my fellow planeswalkers? Welcome back to the channel. So today's episode is going to be something very flashy and fun. I'm calling it Vivien flashing, and I promise you guys it's not half as scandalous as it sounds. But basically, I chanced upon 4 copies of Vivien Champion of the Wilds, which basically has a very cool static ability which I intend to abuse in conjunction with Wilderness Reclamation. So you may cast creature spells as though they had flash. So I had 4 copies. I got lucky. I pulled all 4 copies. Didn't have to redeem for any of these bad boys. And I'm a fan of Vivien, so this works out nicely. So I figured that let's get to abusing this ability. I have 4 copies of Wilderness Reclamation as well, which at the beginning of your end step untap all lands you control. So this works out phenomenally with Vivien because I'm going to be able to have access to a whole bunch of mana that I could use for a whole bunch of creatures that I added into this deck. Let's get into the breakdown. And before I do, I want to give you guys a reminder to support the channel. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, click that little bell. You'll get notifications whenever I drop a new video. And if you guys have any cool insight into this deck, you can always drop it down in the comments below. And I'll be more than happy to engage in a dialogue. Okay, so Fibblethip the Lost, 4 copies. Another rare from the War of the Spark expansion that I pulled all 4. I would never redeem for a card like Fibblethip, personally. Would seem like to be a massive waste of a rare wild card. Little cool fun fact, to my knowledge, this Fibblethip happens to be the lowest cost legendary creature in the game, or at least in standard. Just a little cool tidbit of information. So I'm just using it as a body, you know, essentially just draws me a card. That's pretty much why I'm having it over here. I like to have an ideal, my ideal opening hand has 1 Fibblethip in it. I drop it turn 2, and then turn 3 I'll go for the Vivien. So Fibblethip can help protect the Vivien for a turn until hopefully turn 4 I get Wilderness Reclamation and I really get this ball moving. Okay, so for 4 copies of that, I'm running 3 copies of Exclusion Mage. You know what? Maybe I'll even drop 1 Fibblethip, add another Mirror Image. I feel like Mirror Image is a great card because I could copy some of my bigger cost stuff, which would be really, really cool. So, yeah. So running 3 copies of Fibblethip, 3 copies of Exclusion Mage, 3 copies of Mirror Image. I'm running 1 copy of Plague Mirror. I figured I'd add this in for some, you know, against decks that go really wide, like token stuff or goblin stuff. So I figured it deserved a 1 of, and that's what I did. And while I was plaguing it up, I thought I might as well double down and go for 2 Plague Crafters. So now we have the Ebola Plague. Then we have 2 Swift Wardens, which has flash in its own right, so I don't need Vivien down on the field to get value out of it. I did add some flash creatures into this deck because you're not always going to have Vivien down. I mean, with running 4 copies, ideally I will have it down early game. But sometimes I'll have my Wilderness Reclamation down before I'll have a Vivien, and this basically allows me to play cards such as a Swift Warden. I'm running a copy of Snapping Sailback. I have Frilled Mystic, Dream Eaters. These cards have flash in their own right. But the other creatures I'm running in this deck, I'm just giving them flash with the Vivien. Then I'm running 4 copies of Vivien Champion of the Wilds, which as I already mentioned, gives all my creature spells flash. It has a cool +1 until your next turn. Up to 1 target creature gains Vigilance and Reach, which essentially just helps it protect itself a bit. It can help me have some creatures I have down on the field, protect against flyers, and also has a nice -2 ability, which just gets me more creatures into hand, which is very important, especially that this is a creature-heavy deck. And I'm running 3 copies of Chemist's Insight. Chemist's Insight is a great card, works really well with Wilderness Reclamation. You know, it could be my turn unless I have nothing valuable in hand, but I have Wilderness Reclamation down on the field. I can use up my mana on a Chemist's Insight, untap, hopefully have drawn into something nice, and if I have Vivien down on the field, I could cast it instant speed. We have 3 copies of Ravenous Chupacabra for some much needed removal. I'm running 2 copies of Ripjaw Raptor. It's a real shame that blue and black don't have any dinosaurs of their own, really. I mean, I know blue does have one of the primal dinosaurs, but it doesn't have Enrage or anything like that. Because I figure Enrage would work out really well at instant speed, because your opponent, when they would otherwise not attack, would attack. You flash it in, I kill out, let's say with the Ripjaw Raptor, whatever he attacked with, and at the same time I get to draw a card off that because it triggers my Enrage ability, which I think is pretty sweet. I'm running 1 copy of Vinemare because I figured I will need some hexproof stuff. 4 Wilderness Reclamations because I want to be consistent. This is why I'm running 4 copies of Wilderness Reclamation, 4 copies of Vivien. I have 2 copies of Frilled Mystic. I only own 2 copies. I do figure that a 3rd copy would not go amiss in this deck. I could imagine it would make it... it would shore up some holes in this deck. You know, sometimes the opponent could play a threat that you would want a Frilled Mystic for to be able to counter it. Namely, probably board wipes, stuff to that nature. I do have 1 uncommon card, but I am saving all my my wild cards now for the next expansion, which is... It's called Corset 20, where I saw some pretty sweet cards in there already. So I'm definitely saving my stuff for any cool redeem for any cool cards in that expansion. So I have Snapping Sailback, another cool creature that has Flash and it has Enrage. So that's nice. You know, whenever he's dealt damage, he gets a 1/1 counter put on him. So that's pretty cool. Then I'm running 2 copies of Dream Eater, Flash again, flying, which makes it a massive threat. It's also basically when it enters the battlefield, I get to Surveil for it, which helps me get stuff into my hand that I need. And I may return a target non-land permanent to an opponent's hand, which also could be pretty key. You know, I could go ahead, do the Dream Eater, and then hopefully have Frilled Mystic in hand, and then when he wants to try to recast that threat, I'll just say no to that. And then I'm running a bunch of Assortment of Lands. So I find under Sultai colors I do pretty well, simply because I have most of my rear lands fall into the Sultai colors. I have 2 Drowned Catacombs, 3 Watery Graves, 4 Overgrown Tombs, 2 Woodland Cemeteries, and 2 Hinterland Harbors of rear lands. And I didn't redeem any rare wildcards for these. I pulled all of these. And then I have 5 islands, 4 forests, and 2 Simic Guild Gates. Alright, so that's the deck tech for Vivien flashing. And let's get into some gameplay. Okay, so I like it because I could play a good portion of the stuff that I have here. I don't have any black mana in hand, unfortunately, so the Ravenous Chupacabra is not something I could use. Also, I'm going first, but I do have a Fibblethip, so that's always nice. As I said, I do like to start off a game with Fibblethip in hand. It is my earliest play I could possibly do in this deck at a 2-drop. So yes, I'm gonna keep this. El Guapo. What's it gonna be? Is it gonna be a guild gate? Something else? So we have access now to a black. Oh yes. So we have access now to a black source of mana, which is nice. Okay. So this is how. Opponent's graveyard damage. Okay. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna attack it with my Fibblethip. The reason why I'm doing that is my opponent's probably not going to trade off with that because it's a bad idea. Why do that? Because if he's playing this, he obviously is going to use it to greater effect. But little does he know that I have Flash going on right now. So he's going to attack with this. He's going to attack with this, not being the wiser. Okay. He's for sure going to attack with this, not being the wiser. And then I'm going to just block it out. There's no reason why he wouldn't attack. Beautiful. Worked out just as I wanted it to. Okay, nice. This is why Flash is so key, because people just don't expect it. Yes. Okay. Now, just do this. But also, Playcrafter works out very well with Fibblethip because I usually don't need the Fibblethip. I just sacrifice the Fibblethip. Now I have a 3/2 body on the field. So that was beautiful. Just like that, I got rid of 2 of his threats. Okay, so now, do I need... So I don't really need... How am I going to do this? So is he going to explore next turn? And if he explores, he gets rid of the Playcraft. Actually, I think the best play is just to throw this back in hand. And then I'll be able to swing in for another 6. Beautiful. Okay, I like that. So hopefully I'll draw into another black source of mana quite soon. So I could get access to my Ravenous Chupacabra. And the gods have answered my prayers. And beautiful. Okay, so we're tearing through the opponent. Yes, he does have life gain in this deck. And yes, I could get out of hand really quickly. I'm also seeing this new really cool deck idea that I've been trying to play with myself, where you use Bolas. Okay, he's about to explore. Jade Light Ranger. Enter the unknown. Okay. Where they use Bolas Citadel. Yes, they use Bolas Citadel to really do some damage. Okay, beautiful. So you see how that flash really could get... I didn't even have to use Wilderness Reclamation, and I didn't even have any Vivien on the field. So yes, round 1, victory to me. Oh, wow. Okay. I think I'm going to keep it simply because I don't need any green land just yet. So I think I will keep it, although if I am to hit a Vivien or to get a Wilderness Reclamation, I will need a green source of mana. It'll be very nice to draw into a Fibblethip. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to pull off that same stunt I pulled off last game, unless the next 2 turns I draw 2 green. Okay. I'm not really happy with what I'm seeing now. Exclusion Mage is going to work out really well against... I take that back. Yeah, I'm just going to go like this. Make my opponent waste life. Draining his life. He's back at 2. I don't think I'm going to be able to pull this victory. I don't have the right mana sources. Interesting, actually. I can always do this again. Just copy this. Send this back into hand. So now my opponent's just wasting life, which is great. I like that. That always pleases me. Now he's going to lose 2 more life. If I could keep that party going on, I'm going to make him just sort of like kill out himself. But I actually don't think I'm going to be able to do that in time. Unfortunately, I missed a land drop. And we all know what happens in Magic the Gathering when you miss a land drop. And this is about to get killed. Unbelievable. Okay. So, unfortunately, I have lost access. I have no green mana. It's a real shame. Maybe I shouldn't have kept that. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, it was probably a mistake. But we'll see how this plays out, at least for the time being. Swing in with that. Yeah, no, there's no way I'm going to win this. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I'm going to have to just concede because who's got time to wait around? I shouldn't have started with that hand. I felt it. I was thinking about it, I was looking at it, and I'm like, but I went with it. I feel like it's actually more important to have green mana in this deck available to me on opening hand than it is to have blue mana. Once again, I'm faced with the same dilemma. Nope. Okay, this is better. I do have a Fibblethip, and we do like starting off with a Fibblethip. Beautiful. Okay. So let that come and tap. I'll go in for the Fibblethip next turn, and then we'll move from there, see what we get. This is a life gain deck. You know what I also really love about this deck? It's not conventional. It's not meta. It's not... I mean, I wouldn't say it's competitive, you know, but it's fun. Here I am, I'm in the lineup, I'm in casual play, and I can't help but go up against the same freaking decks, deck after deck. It's crazy. It's either a Johnny's Pridemate life gain, it's Aristocrats, you know, with Sorin, although you don't see that often. But I had a nice little run through where I had like 3 matchups straight, where that was the case. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. You don't really see Wilderness Marshall. You know what? I'd actually rather him attack with the Wilderness Marshall, trade it off with the Swift Warden. Snap. Sigiled Sword of Valerin. Quick creature gets wizard as a vision and is knight in addition to its other types. Interesting. Whenever a crypt creature attacks, you create a 2/2 white knight creature token. Very fun. Very interesting. Okay, so you know what? I was just styling on this person, but perhaps I have to take that back because it seems like my opponent is being a bit different than I thought he was. I thought this was for sure in a Johnny's Pridemate type of deck, but I figure he's just having this for the life gain for whenever he attacks with this, because it creates a token. I figure like you should play this with probably some flying creatures. Oh. So, how do I want to play this? Attack with all of that. So I guess I'll go for the Vinemare. Yeah, so the Vinemare here is probably going to throw down a bigger creature. I'm just going to bounce that into hand, and then I'm going to swing in for 10. Should have seen that coming. Not going to lie, I should have seen that coming. Yeah, that blindsided me. I should have played it better. I mean, I guess I couldn't have done the Frilled Mystic anyway, because I don't have the blue source. Yeah, there he goes. That's what he's intending on doing. He's for sure running a Johnny's Pridemate in this deck, actually. I take back what I said before. He's actually for sure running the Johnny's Pridemate. Can't make any headway against this guy either with the Johnny's Welcome. Still can't play what I need to play. Okay, but at least I'm going to kill this bad boy. That was important. That was actually a very strong play by me. That was necessary. And I'm also happy to know that I have a Plague Mirror just in case I need it for some tokens. Say Dawn of Hope or whatnot. And there we go. That was to be expected. A Johnny's Pridemate. So maybe if I can... Okay. Yes, this pleases me greatly. I'm going to pay the 2 life. I'm going to go like this. And now I could still counter whatever comes next. I feel like that is a very strong play by me. I actually want him to throw something heavy, like a Lyra Dawnbringer or something like that. Or a God Eternal Oketra. That works for me. And now it doesn't get recycled as well because it didn't get destroyed or exiled. I'm not going to need the Plague Mirror, I'm pretty sure. Always use a Fibble Thip, I suppose. I am in dangerous territory now because my opponent has demonstrated to me that he is playing a Cleansing Nova, and if he could do that again, then I don't think I'll be able to recover. And let's be real, the odds are high that he has another one. Or he may just concede right now, accepting his fate. Gideon's Company. Oh, I see. So it's going to actually get a lot of counters on. We'll see. Is he going to draw or is he going to try to attach? Okay, beautiful. If I could get myself either a mirror image or another Ravenous Chupacabra, that would be just lovely. That's what I needed, guys. Okay, I'm going to go for the mirror image. Oh, wait, just curious. I'm wondering, if I mirror image a Frilled Mystic, yes, it does work. I can mirror image a Frilled Mystic. Okay, so by the way, I'm just going to put a disclaimer right now. It's very well possible that I'm about to walk into a massive Settle the Wreckage, especially because he's good gaming me and he didn't concede. People aren't that benevolent. They're just not. Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm just going to attack with just the amount necessary. A second. So, 1, 4, 5, 8. You know what? Whatever. I can't resist. I have to do it. Oh, he has it. He has to Settle the Wreckage. Motherfucker. Jesus. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm just going to do this. I'll probably pull myself right now, Frilled Mystic, funny enough. Okay, that actually really, really hurt. That hurts, man. That hurts, man. Okay. I can't say that I didn't see it coming. That would be a lie. Because I actually did see it coming. On second thought, I should have held back that one last creature. It would actually made a difference. Oh wow, this guy's going all out. Helm of the Host and whatnot. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna get this guy now. This is actually rather important how I play. I need... Okay, so unfortunately though, every time he brings him back into the field, he's gaining 2 life. So essentially what I'm just doing right now is just setting up my own board state, so when I could attack next time, it'll be a bit more strong. Okay. Beautiful. Gonna gain 2 more life, but I think I'm actually gonna win out. Unless he has himself another Settle the Wreckage, which we're gonna pray to the arena gods that he doesn't. Jesus Louises, man. Do it. Okay. Beautiful. So now I took this opportunity to send this back into hand. I'm going to keep that on top, that on top. Okay. So I have another Ravenous Chupacabra. This is going to get sent back into hand. Thankfully, he doesn't have himself another land that he could play this turn. So this wasting of his Helm of the Host. Yeah, I think I win, boys. It was a nice match. I'm telling you guys, Flash for the win. Flash for the win. Good game. All right, beautiful. All right, and that's with him hitting me a solid Settle the Wreckage. All right, guys, so I believe I showcased this deck pretty well. This is Vivien flashing, a Sultai flashy instant speed deck that I came up with myself. I give myself full credit. This was all I was not inspired by anything. I was just looking at my cards, and this is what I came up with. Anyway, if you guys have any other cool cards that you think would add value to this deck, let me know in the comments below. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great night.